Oh, my name is Tony, and you are watching Faith and Coffee Bean. Hey guys, I am a complete coffee geek. If you are catching me for the first time, welcome. There's just no other way to say it. This video is live, so if you watch this later on, please know that you are watching a completely live video. And I like to go live, oh goodness, probably 2 or 3 times a week. This last past week was pretty busy, so I really didn't get a chance to go live. So I thought, man, I really need to go live. You guys, please hit that subscribe button, just because if anything, it makes me know you're watching. So I really appreciate that. And I want to say a big thank you to a lot of my new subscribers over the last month or so. There's been a lot of folks who've tuned in and hit that subscription button. And you guys, I just want to tell you, it really means a lot to me. I know that you hear a lot of folks on YouTube, but I really am a very small YouTuber. I don't do this because of crazy money or something like that. This is not a business. This is me being a person who just really loves coffee. And the really main reason why I started my channel was just so I could hang out with y'all. Um, I, I've shared this before a lot with everybody, but I used to work in a coffee shop back in the day, like 20 some years ago. And it's just cool to be able to kind of feel part of that community. And if, that's what really warms my heart. Not to sound too deep. Hey, Justin, how you doing? Good morning. Good afternoon. Good day to you. It feels really cool to be able to do something you're passionate about. In my day job, I'm an insurance guy. I've been an insurance guy for like 23 years. I run a commercial insurance department for a company, and it's kind of cool to be able just to step away. This is my work at home office. So this is my little coffee corner, and it's a mess. There's no other way to say it. It's a little bit of a mess right now. It's always controlled chaos. But guys, it's just really cool to be able to step away like right now before the start of my day or taking a break and just hang out with you guys. So to me, you guys are what matter. I like hanging out with you, and I really love it when all of you follow me on Instagram. If you have questions, put them in the comments. You guys are always more than welcome to follow me, send me a DM. I've had a lot of folks do that. I love seeing your coffee setups. So guys, I'm super excited. Today I'm gonna go ahead. I haven't had any coffee in the morning. I'm in Central Florida, and it is early in the morning. Well, not early, it's mid-morning, and I haven't had my espresso. So I'm gonna make my first espressos with you, but I wanted to talk to you guys about some really cool stuff that I have coming up. So Lance Hendrick did a video on this grinder. This is the Chardor 64 millimeter flat burr grinder, y'all, and it is crazy. This grinder, I was been able to do some videos on it, a lot of videos on it, but this grinder has been like changing things, like because it's so affordable, and it is 64 millimeter flat burrs. So it's just crazy. This is the Chardor 64 flat burr grinder. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm so excited because I have another company that is making a very similar grinder. It's not exactly the same, but it's like the exact same body. And I put the description in the description of this video. I put the link to it on Amazon, but I just reached out to them, and they're going to be sending one to me this week. So I am so excited because I'm going to be doing a big review on it. So definitely keep your eyes out for that. But I'm also eventually going to be doing kind of a head-to-head video between these two grinders, because I kind of have a feeling this new grinder is going to be really cool. So this, let me just show you right here. What makes this so budget friendly is the outside's plastic. The inside of the chamber is all steel. So we got stainless steel inside the chamber. That's what matters the most. But, okay, this one that's coming out, and it's by a different company, but the same kind of model, so to speak, is basically an all-metal construction. That's the inside of it right there. And it's all metal on the outside, okay? So it's a metal casing on the outside. It comes with a single dosing hopper right from the get-go, okay? And it's going to come more kind of like espresso minded. There's a couple different features. There's going to be, whoops, just dropped my dosing cup. There's going to be a metal dosing cup like this that comes with it. it cost a little more money than this one. So this grinder right here is basically about 160, 150 right now on Amazon. This new grinder is going to be like 180, 200. So it's going to cost a little more, but I have a feeling it's going to be really worth it. So guys, let me go ahead. Let me get started. I'm going to get some coffee going because I need some coffee first. And then I want to talk to you guys about some cool stuff. So like I said here, definitely appreciate it. Anyone who is joining the live stream right now, thanks so much. My name is Tony. You're watching Faith and Coffee Bean. This is a live video. So yeah, I'm going to make some espresso for you live right now. And definitely thanks for joining me. Think about hitting that subscription button. All right, guys. So I have inside my Gemini right now my Norm Core 20 gram straight edge high precision basket, and I have it in there getting hot because that's what's great about the Gemini is it has those kind of like a heating element built right into the E61 style group head, so it's pretty cool. You know, that's one of the best parts about it. Today I'm going to be brewing up some Nicaraguan single origin good as gold beans, and we are going to be using, I actually have been wanting to get back to using my Star Seeker, so I'm going to probably use a Star Seeker edge for this one. Okay, and I'm going to be doing 20 grams of coffee. Yeah, guys, there's a lot of really cool grinders out there. I don't know about you, but lately I have been on the grinder kick. I kind of feel like the grinder market is just going crazy. There's just no other way to say it. I feel in the last couple years with the DF line, the DF64, it's just been like game-changing stuff because, guys, what it comes down to is it's the price common denominator dropping. It's the fact that you can go ahead and find stuff at an actually affordable price and make great coffee at home. So that's crazy. You know, I feel like for years it was kind of like almost like a price ceiling where you couldn't get certain things. Back when I worked in a cafe, it was in the early 2000s, and I had a Super Jolly, and that was like the coolest thing was the Mazda Super Jolly. And that's been around since like the 80s. So, hey, how's it going? Hey, Great Wolf Love. You know, it's just crazy to me though, because now you've gone from like being able to have something, you know, like the Super Jolly to be able to have it in your home and get it for such a very valuable price. I mean, like the price is crazy. I saw the Charter grinder on AliExpress for like 120 bucks. Now, personally, I want to get on an Ollie because I've had some issues with it with certain sellers. I would get on something like Amazon because Amazon, there's always doing specials. But the fact that you can get something like that is just here. I do put Amazon links and click on that. A small percentage goes back to me. So it definitely helps me buy some more beans and help support the channel. So definitely appreciate that. But I always like to be really transparent with it. Cool thing about all that is you never pay, you know, any more for doing it. So it just helps support us. Okay, so let's go ahead. I definitely want to use the edge today. So this is Star Seeker. And I have been so impressed all with what Star Seeker's been doing. As a company, oh man, they make some cool stuff. They have this really awesome 58 millimeter mobile espresso unit, and it's just crazy because the fact that you could use baskets in it and swap it out and do all that stuff, and it's 58 mils is just nuts. So that's really cool. This is the Edge. I would say the Edge is probably one of their flagship models. So this is a conical burr grinder. Let me show you the inside. And it uses, oh man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a 7-star burr, and it just does a really awesome job. Personally, I feel like this is, one of the most forgiving grinders to kind of dial in with. And one of the things I really love about it is that with this particular grinder, let me move this out of the way here. it's really cool because you don't have to um, constantly worry about like dialing. What I'm trying to get like with the flat burr, you're gonna have to shim it. You might have to make sure that it's like optimized. I'm telling you, today I haven't had my coffee. My words are escaping me. It's like you don't have to mess with it. It's no fuss. Calibration. Oh my goodness. You ever have one of those moments where you're like, my brain's in too many different places? The fact that you don't have to calibrate it is just really awesome. Right now, I have it at its 0 point. Um, as soon as you put everything in, it aligns perfectly. So it's just really cool. So anyway, I have this at a 1. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this at, oh man, I'm trying to remember now. I want to say it goes all the way from 1 to basically 10, but I wanted to show you guys something. It can go even further. Every single one of the movements here, and it's stepless, really makes a big difference. So basically, I think with this one, I'm going to do it at about 2.5 as far as for this particular setup here. Again, I'm using 20 grams of coffee. Let me go ahead and give us a little cleaning really quick. Just clean it out. I've been actually using my G5 high brew a lot. So if you've been watching my videos and watching that one, using that one, excuse me, you guys, that's another really amazing budget grinder. But this one's awesome. Okay, so let me go ahead. Let's get this going. Yeah, 20 grams. Oh, that's me. So I wanted to make sure I had my dosing cup nice and cleared out. Yeah, what's really cool about this one is it also, everything is like magnetized. It works on low RPM, so it's also really not super loud. Now I have the top completely off. Let's see here. So that's one of the reasons why it's a little bit louder. But if I put the top on, we turn it on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, definitely not too loud. I do always worry about waking up my family. My wife works at home. My son does homeschool. I work at home, so we're a very homebody family. All right, so nice and clear. Let's set that aside. Let's go ahead and get this puppy ready. Hey guys, so there's also some really other awesome stuff I'm going to be getting. Timor reached out to me. I don't know if y'all noticed, but there actually is a brand new force impact tamper that they're working on. So I recently just got this one from iCap, and this has been my favorite tamper so far. And I cannot wait to kind of put these two tampers together because I have, I think they're pretty similar. But I'm super excited about the Timor. Everything Timor does, I'm usually a pretty big fan on. They make really good quality, obviously grinders. That's really just an awesome thing. I just had a really great discussion with a gentleman, Carlos, if you watch this later on, out of Portugal. And big shout out to Portugal and the area there in the peninsula. And we were talking about hand grinders. He recently picked up one of the grinders I reviewed. And I was telling him that this hand grinder, if you guys could see how much wear and tear this has on it, it's because I took this around for 6 months straight. And this was my only grinder for doing espresso. And I'm telling you guys right now, if you're just getting into espresso for the first time and you're just worried about breaking the bank, it's okay to use your muscles and use a hand grinder because you are going to get some of the best coffee out of a good quality hand grinder. I'd rather see someone buy a good quality hand grinder and start with that route than, I'll worry about an electric grinder. Like if you want a good quality stuff and you want to know exactly what that is. So I'm really super excited. This company right here, this is This is made by the Eclipse. Oh, Concierge. I hope I don't say their name wrong. I believe the company, the name's in French, but they make these wonderful glassware. These are actually produced in Japan, so it's super high quality. But they are sending me a Ghost Edge grinder, manual grinder, y'all, and I should be getting that later on today. And this week I'm going to be doing a video on it. So you heard me right. It's like Ghost Burrs, but they're calling it Ghost Edge. Now, I'm familiar with Ghost Burrs that are flat burrs. So let me see if I have some burrs here. These are not Ghost Burrs, but basically, if and this is for if anyone's kind of new to espresso, okay? So if you're a seasoned veteran, believe me, I'm probably preaching the choir here. Oh man, I was trying to find the burrs. Oh goodness, I must have set my burrs down somewhere else. But anyway, let me just show you right here. So if you go ahead, the burrs are what grind the coffee, okay? And everything about how, well, I shouldn't say everything, but a big way that coffee, whoops, this is the color, taste is by how those beans are ground. So this is a 64 millimeter. These are multi-purpose burrs. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this disclosure. These are clones. These are not SSP. I can't afford SSP. I've said this before many times, guys. I am a coffee nerd. I don't call myself a coffee snob because I cannot afford to be a coffee snob, y'all. There's no other way to say it. But with Ghost Burrs, it's kind of like a mixture of the traditional burr set with almost, the way I'm trying to think about how to describe it, it's almost like spaces and bumps. And I know, again, it's probably not the scientific way, and I'm sure there's somebody out there. Go watch Lance Hendrick, guys. Go watch Hans lives as well. If you're not already subscribed to all those folks on YouTube, guys, I'm just some dude. I'm somebody's geek dad geeking out about coffee. But basically, the burr geometry is completely different. It's kind of like a mixture of the different styles. So that's what I'm really excited about because I've never had a Ghost Burr setup, and I don't even know if I would call these Ghost Burr, but they do market them as Ghost Edge. So that's interesting. I really cannot wait to pull out the burr set on this new grinder and compare it to something like a Time War or the Mavo, because it seems really cool. There's a lot of folks that have been talking about this grinder, and I'm super excited. It's their Ultra Pro grinder, and you know me, a grinder's got to do espresso. You know, that's got to be the main thing. If it does espresso, it could do everything else. That's the truth. You know, it could do your French press, you do your pour overs, everything. So to me, espresso is kind of the gateway into everything that's coffee. And if a grinder doesn't do espresso as a manual grinder, I don't want to poo-poo it. I recently did a review, and one of the grinders definitely was not what I'd recommend for espresso. But there are also folks out there that really just love doing a V60, and that's cool. There's not anything wrong with that. All right, cool. Let's go ahead. I've been letting my coffee sit here. It's not like it's getting too old, but I need my coffee. Again, guys, first coffee of the day. So let's go ahead. Let's get the portafilter out. I'm using the Gemini Owl. This is probably my hands down budget recommendation for anybody. If you were looking to get into coffee and you want to have something that has all the bells and whistles, right now this is typically going for about $3.99. I've seen these promoted all the way to $3.20. On Amazon, they're constantly doing promotions. I have a lot of links on my Amazon storefront. That's that Normcore. Okay. But it is really cool. The Owl is just one of my hands down absolute favorites. No hands bar. Get it. Don't even hesitate. If you're a coffee geek and you're looking for a new machine and you really want to get the most affordable machine that's going to do the most, I literally can tell you wholeheartedly you're not going to go wrong. It's such a great machine. I have my Gemini machine, the Powerhouse, right up here just chilling. Let me show you guys. This is the one I've been using a lot. Okay, that's the Powerhouse. That's like the Turrent Legato, or the Me Coffee Apex. That's version 1. I'm going to tell you something. I really love it, but even that machine doesn't have an OPV, which the Turrent you can get at Espresso Outlet has a version 2 where there's an adjustable knob for the OPV. This one actually has an OPV built right into it. And there are literally videos. It's not adjustable. It's set. And it's set to right about 12. I'll tell you that right now. But I'll tell you, there are a lot of videos out there. I haven't done it yet, where people are going in and manually doing the adjustment. And I am very tempted to pop open my machine and do that. You do void your warranty. So full disclaimer, it voids warranties. But it is something I've been thinking about. Oh, cool. So Justin, you own the Owl? That's awesome. Yeah, it truly is a great machine. I really love it. Gemini sent it out to me to do a review, and it has been the machine I keep going back. The Powerhouse I bought. They didn't send it to me as a creator or anything like that. I bought it. I love it. But I keep going back and forth between the two more than any other machines. And I got a lot of machines over here, guys. And they just really are super dependable. I really love it. And I don't really like to gush about one thing too much, but it really is cool. I'm super impressed. Lance Hendricks did a video I think about a month ago, where it was like the best budget gear of this year. And he actually talked about this machine. I don't think he has one yet, but it's cool. Yeah, like I said, you can't go wrong. Okay, so let's go ahead and do my WDT, and we're going to be using iCap tools, the V6. I've been watching a lot of creators get this lately, so I'm no Capote. Yeah, I love your review, brother. If you watch this later on, I really love your review. It was really good. This set of coffee gear has been really cool, and it's a great price, guys. Again, check them out on Amazon. I have my full review video on this distributor. It's very weighty. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now. It's built very well. It has 2-axis, and it's gravity fed. I mean, not gravity fed. It's there's magnets in here. That's one of the reasons why it's so weighty. So let me go ahead. Let's use this. I like the way it sits on here. It doesn't crush because it's not a tamper. It's doing exactly what it should do, distribution. So it's not pushing it down like crazy. And then I'm going to use my iCap force tamper. They have a 15 pound pressure spring and a 30. I got the 30 in there. It's completely swappable. Yeah, some of the other gravity distributors I've gotten before in the past, this is one of them. It's a great distributor, but it uses just gravity. It sounds silly. And there isn't any resistance, but what I find, this is the MH Bomber one, and MH Bomber does great stuff. I love MH Bomber. But I found this one kind of almost tamped my espresso, and that's not the job for it. So don't want to do that. And again, I don't think it's a bad one. If you get it, you're definitely in a good place. But yeah, it's the one I recommend the most is the iCap or the Normcore. Normcore just does awesome stuff. All right, guys. Yeah, I am a huge fan of the Normcore stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and pull our first shot. I'm hoping I got my grind size dialed in correctly. And then I just realized I'm doing 20 grams and I don't have a big cup. That's okay. I'll use this one. Okay. Yeah, guys. So I'm super excited. Been going to be getting that tamper from from Time War, which is crazy that they're getting into that. I'm super excited for them. Okay, 20 grams. I'm looking to pull about 32 out. I'm going to try to stick around 30 some seconds, but we'll see. Definitely probably going to pull another shot. So, oh, okay. Came out a little bit faster than I thought, but not too bad. Oh, bummer. I have it on ounces. I had it on the wrong setting. That's okay. I'll eyeball it. I really should know how many ounces are the right amount. Okay, I'm just gonna stop it right there. Looks really pretty, but yeah, I just realized I had my uh, scale set on the wrong measurement. Yeah, not bad, Crema. These beans are really old, guys. So the fact that I'm getting Crema like this off of older beans, I've had them for over a month. I'm just finishing this bag, so I'm actually pretty impressed with that. Let's see. I wonder if I can change this over. That's a bummer. I can't believe I did that. Ounces. Goodness gracious. Okay. Anyway, let's give this also a test on the refractometer. Let me just make sure my refractometer is suitable here. And then we'll give it a little taste. Okay. All right, cool. Turn on the refractometer. Okay, so the coffee that I'm using right now is good as gold. Well, let me go ahead and show you the package so you can look it up. If you're in the U.S. market, it's on Amazon. They're I think all over too. So the TDS on this is 7.16, but again, I would that's a big pull. There's no other way to say it. That was a really big pull. And I wasn't doing that correctly. So that's a little bit user error, but I'm sure it's gonna taste lovely. I have no doubt. Let me give it a little taste. So I am using Good as Gold, and they're Good as Gold coffee roasters. It's a Nicaraguan single origin, and I'm almost done with this bag. It actually was roasted on June 12th, so these are pretty old beans. I mean, in comparison, I love the fact that they put the roast date on there. To me, that really means a lot because, come on, that's everything. All right, let's give this a little taste. Cheers. Cheers. Oh, that's delicious. Still good. Super chocolatey. Has a little bit of like an allspice cinnamon undertow to it. It tastes very milk chocolate. I do think I went a little too coarse on that. So I'm going to do this one more time and I'll probably finish off the bag of beans there. Yeah, so let me go ahead and just so you know, so yeah, I showed you the beans, but it's Good as Gold, GOOD GOLD as gold, Good as Gold, in coffee roasters. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I do have that on my Amazon storefront. So anyone, if you want to go to my Amazon storefront, that's on there too. So that is awesome. Let's do this again. Oh, a little tight. There we go. Yeah, the one thing about the owl is it's pretty light, and that's I wouldn't call it a negative thing, but it's not as hefty as I like it. I wish it was a little more hefty, but that's okay. Like I said, it's a budget price, so I'm not going to argue with that. And the construction, it does have a metal frame, but some of the material on the outside is plastic. I believe this front cover is kind of like a high end plastic, and that sounds some folks really freak out about that. But I'm going to tell you guys, for the performance for what you get, it doesn't really matter to me. I want something that's built very well. The powerhouse is all metal. There's not really any plastic on that. And it's a great machine. I love it, but it doesn't mean it's superior. I guess that's the best way I'm trying to say it. And what matters is the guts inside. And it's got an Italian pump. It's a Yucca pump. It's a vibratory pump. It is a single heating block. But the cool thing about it is that it just goes really fast between pull in your shot, and then if you want to go to your milk. The steam one is really good on it too. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm going to bring this down to about a 2. And I'm going to do another 20 grams. Let me take a look here. I just want to get my measurements correct on my scale. I might swap the scale out. Guys, I have a lot of scales. I need to do a scale video just so y'all could have some good scale comparisons. Okay, just trying to change the unit of measurement here. Yep. So I'll forgive it how dirty it looks. But there's actually a button right here. Unit of measurement. I don't want pounds or ounces. There we go. Now we're on grams. Now we're cooking. Okay. I'll finish this up. Yeah, so again, I'm going to be getting the new grinder, and that is going to be really awesome. So I'm super excited about that. Let me go ahead and give you guys the name of the new grinder that I'm getting, because I just really want you guys to check them out because they're awesome. So I know the company is based out of Vietnam, I'm pretty sure, or I could be wrong on that, where they're based out of, but it's MOKKOM, MOKKOM, professional 64 flat burr grinder. I went ahead and put a link into the description. You can get them on Amazon right now in the US. So Amazon in the US right now, you could definitely get it. I'm just so excited because I really think this is going to be one of those that's going to be something that everyone's going to kind of compare to the Chardor 64 millimeter flat burr grinder. This is just an awesome grinder. There's no other way to say it, guys. I'm not going to diss it. I'm going to tell you this has been a game changer grinder. So if you're looking for a game changer grinder, that's a game changer grinder. Now, this new grinder is basically a little more expensive, probably $20, $30 more, but there's more that you're going to get with it. And let me go ahead and pull it up. That's what I'm doing right now. I just want you guys to kind of know about it here. Just grabbing my other device, because it seems really, really cool. I'm pretty stoked. Like I normally, I don't know, I guess maybe I get pretty passionate about stuff, but yeah. Give me 1 second, let me pull it up here. Okay. So here it is. Oh, sorry. So this is awesome. Okay, so the grinder is a 64 millimeter flat burr grinder. So it's the same basically body and chassis on the interior that okay, hold on, sorry guys. That the Charter 64 is. So it's basically the exact same body. Okay. And that is really, really awesome. Okay. You can swap these out for SSP burrs. So you could do your multi-purpose, high uniformity, all that stuff. 64, there's anti-static. There's actually anti-static built into this as well. So that's awesome. It's the same motor, basically. So same kind of platform, like I was mentioning. But the key differences really are, you get right out of the box, and this is where I was kind of excited more than anything, is that you actually get a single dose bellows and hopper right from the get-go. I was trying to find a picture of it to show y'all. There we go. Yeah, here it is. It's just super small. Apologize, I'm using the small device here. But if you could see, there's a single dosing bellows, which is basically the same thing I have here, but I had to buy this aftermarket, guys. And typically when you buy these, they're about 20, 30 bucks. So the fact that this is $20 or $30 right from the get-go, that's more but you're getting this with it. That alone is worth it. So that's something really cool. I am very, very excited. Like I was saying, guys, I should get this in the next week or so, a couple days actually, I think. So I'm stoked. I cannot wait. I can't wait to put them together. I'm going to do a full review with it, but it's going to be really exciting. Those of you who are like me, they're really into the budget style of stuff. It's just really cool. I actually was thinking about getting another one of these just to put the high unit 4 mini burrs into it. Right now I have the multi-purpose. For the price of like other grinders, that's how affordable that is. I was just geeking out and I was talking to my wife, and she kind of was laughing at me because I was talking about spending 160 some dollars I spent on this, or I think I got it on special for 145. And then I bought the burrs. And the burrs that I bought in here, and I've said this before, they're clone burrs. They're not the real thing. I spent about 50. So I'm in this for about 200 bucks. So for 200 bucks, I have a multi-purpose 64 millimeter flat burr grinder, which is just like having a DF64 with the same thing. And I love the DF64. Guys, please go get the DF64. If you want the best and you don't want to mess around, get a DF64. But I'm just saying that would be about 600 bucks, roughly. So I got for what I could have spent 600 bucks for, I got for 200. So longevity, yes, DF64 all day long. You're going to get good quality. Go to Espresso Outlet. They rock, guys. If you're in the States, please go to Espresso Outlet. They are not a sponsor. I've actually reached out to them a couple times being like, hey, but they don't really do that. So I'm just saying that because they're awesome. They're really, really cool folks. But anyway, let's pull another shot. That was delicious. Just down that. So let's do this. I took my Star Seeker Edge from 2.5 down to 2. And I think that's going to be that sweet spot that I really was trying to shoot for. And I fixed my scale so it's not ounces. It's going to be giving it to me in grams. I wish I knew the conversions in my head, but I don't. So I know that this last one had a little too much water. So wasn't my favorite shot. So let's pull a better shot. Y'all right now, let's do that. Okay. And I think I'm going to be using the last of these beans. So again, good as gold. I really have loved the Nicaraguan single origin stuff just because it's tasty. I am a big fan of coffee from the Americas. I love Central American coffee. I love anything from Mexico. I love the Chiapas stuff. The Good as Gold has a really good Chiapas. And I love coffee from Chiapas. I am Mexican American and Native American, so I don't know if that just speaks to my soul. Maybe my ancestors are calling out and saying coffee, coffee. I don't know, but yeah, I love that region. Okay. I'm also a big fan of what comes out of Vietnam and a lot of the countries. The one thing I haven't tried, guys, that I've always wanted to try. I have a lot of friends from South Asia and a lot of folks from India. And I really would love to try an Indian coffee. If anyone has any suggestions from coffee out of India that's a good brand that I should try, please let me know in the comments. Let me repeat that one more time. So if you're watching this video and you're from India, or you love coffee from India, and you know of any that are on Amazon that's accessible in the States, I know it's a big ask, please let me know, because that is one of the regions I have yet to try, and I have been kind of in coffee for like 20 years, and I can't believe I haven't tried coffee like that for, I'm a little shocked. I have a good friend of mine, and we were just talking, they're from India, and we were, one of my coworkers, and we were just talking about coffee that they get back home. and it just like hit me like a bag of bricks. Like I have never tried coffee from India. So please let me know. I'm very, very curious. What are the ones anyone would suggest? Because that is one of my top priorities for the recent future anyway. I want to get something in. All right, guys. So let's go ahead. You know, you make a lot of coffee when you start running out of water with your sprayer. Okay. Hey, Just, I'm reading your comment here. Oh, your wife's been having you make her pumpkin spice lattes for the past 2 weeks. That's awesome. I love it. See, this is the crazy part. I am not a like I like pumpkin spice, but I'm saying it's not my go-to. My wife, on the other hand, is just like your wife. She loves pumpkin spice. She loves the flavors. She's a tea person. She's not really a coffee person. So when I make her coffee, she wants me to dose it in sugar and cream and all that stuff. But I'm gonna tell you, oh man, I just got a really good new pumpkin spice. I'm gonna do a video on it soon. They just came some new syrups. But man, that is I'm telling you, pumpkin spice season's all year season for us here. I know people kind of lose their mind and freak out about that, but yeah, my wife want what my wife wants, she gets. I've been married for almost 20 years. I asked my wife to marry me 19 years ago this month, and you know what? The happy wife, happy life. That is a rule in this house. So there's the one person. She want pumpkin spice. I'm like, yeah, let's get you pumpkin spice. I will be your chef. I love that. That's awesome, man. Super cool. All right, so let's go ahead. Let me just get my portafilter out of the way because I don't want to knock into it. Hate taking it off the heat. And like I said, I got this down to a 2 versus a 2.5. Just making sure it's nice and clear from the last set of beans. So that's pretty much the retention you're looking at. It's not too bad with the Star Seeker. Okay, let's get this turned on. So this is a conical burr. I don't really have to worry so much with popcorn with this one. That's something I like about it. I love the fact that they included the bellows. I love that everything's metal. This is just a really good quality grinder. Right now, I think this one's sitting at about $200. No, sorry, excuse me, $299. And every now and then there's promos on Amazon. You know, and you could go to them directly too. Here, let's go ahead and grab this. Yeah, it's a cool grinder. I have been super impressed with the quality of everything that they put out. Their quality level is just really beyond. Like I don't know. They've been doing a great job. Star Seeker, big shout out. Okay, so let's go ahead. And of course, this is the included dosing cup. Give it a little bit of a shake. I like that there isn't any edges here. So like if I really wanted to, I could give it a shake like if it was a blind shaker. Where it with my other dosing cup, there's a little gap. And if I do that, I spill coffee everywhere. So that's actually pretty dang cool. Okay. It's a great fit. All right. And I'm going to use my dosing ring here. That's an on-cap dosing ring. Okay. Alrighty. And then I'm going to use my distributor. Give a little tap here. Got the distributor. Yeah, I've been loving watching a lot of the Instagram videos on this. People like spin it like it's a, skate wheel. But the truth is, I have a feeling there's probably not coffee in there because y'all liquid coffee. It spins. It spins very well, but not like a skate wheel. It's not like a skateboard wheel. I like Instagram, but man, sometimes Instagram, let's just say it's Instagram. I see some of the beautiful shots on there, and when I know the person, I'm like, cool. And then sometimes I think, man, is that someone that's just a great photographer and they've grabbed the perfect shot? Sometimes I get Instagram jealous of some of the shots I see. When I make my shots, they're nuts. All right, guys. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this shot. I went ahead and, like I said, put this down a whole half measure. I hope I don't actually choke it now, but we'll see. Oh, there we go. I actually like this. I think this is better than before, so this would be the way to go. These are older beans. They've been around. So right now I'm at 17, 18, and 20. I'm going to stop it right about 30. And I'm hoping I'm going to be right about, there we go. 32 and 25. I'll take that. Okay. I'll take that. That's a little more. Guys, I have a heavy hand when it comes to how I pull my espresso. And I know before that would kind of make a lot of folks a little cringy. But I've also been watching Han and a lot of Lance. And these whole soupy power shots and doing about 50, 60 grams. I love it. I love it because that's sometimes how I kind of do my stuff anyway. So I've been kind of cracking up a little bit because I like when Lance talks about something because if I'm going to be honest, guys, when Lance says stuff, it kind of sets a little bit of a trend in the coffee business, or at least the coffee world. And I don't think I'm wrong to say that. I noticed that sometimes when he has talked about a particular thing, I went to Amazon wanting to buy it, and suddenly they've like sold out. So that kind of cracks me up in a really cool way. But when he talks about stuff, I kind of, well, especially when it's something I don't know, I kind of agree on. I think those taste delicious shots like that. I remember, I don't know, a year and a half ago, I was pulling a kind of similar shot on my DeLonghi ECP with a 20-gram basket. And I should grab a 20-gram basket and show you guys. And that's one of my favorite ways to pull shots. And I had someone kind of throw me to task in the comments, like, "What are you doing? That's like not really espresso and this, that, and the other." And it just kind of, I remember hearing Lance talk about that. A 13.67 for the TDS on that, way better. That's double the TDS. Again, I went pretty heavy-handed on that one. This one I'm trying not to. Anyway, guys, let me take a little taste here. Oh, man, that's good. Oh, I wish I could send this to you right now. This is really good. The last shot wasn't bad. This just, it has like a nutty undertone to it. A very good mouthfeel. You know that kind of when you eat some like walnuts and that kind of taste afterwards. Still the chocolates. Oh, that is delicious. Wow. Yeah, I really like this. Really, really good. Really, really good. But anyway, it just kind of cracks me up because I had someone, like I said, really take me to task and kind of try to school me. And guys, I'm going to be really honest with you. I'm the last person on the planet that's like saying, don't tell me how to do something. If you have a suggestion for me, please let me know in the comments below. You're never going to hurt my feelings, per se. But I'm just saying that I like it when people give me advice. But there's a big difference between you giving someone advice and then you're kind of like telling someone they suck. Like there's no other way to say it. I always tell everyone, be kind. And if someone says something in kindness, it never bothers me. Like I love it. That is the purpose of why I started my channel. So, seriously, if you ever have advice for me, you want to share something, Go follow me on Instagram, like I mentioned. Tell me there, or write in the comments. Just because that you're never gonna bother me on that. But I always just say to folks, just remember, I'm just a guy. You know, um, yeah, I'm not some. This isn't. I don't work for any of the big espresso manufacturers or anything like that. Any of that silliness. Uh, you know, that's not what I do for my day job. I'm an insurance guy. I'm as boring as it gets. But anyway, guys, it just kind of cracks me up because those shots are really the kind of shots I love. Those are my favorite shots. Let me see if I could show you guys really quick a 4-shot basket like I'm talking about. And yeah, I got one right here. Whoops. So this is, yes, exactly. I have one right here. This is a 4-shot basket. This can fit over 20 grams. This is for my DeLonghi ECP. And I'm going to tell you guys, this is one of the three, yeah, you can use this on any other 51 millimeter machine. It doesn't have to be the DeLonghi. Okay. Great machine to use this on would be the Hybrew H10B. I actually have one sitting over here too. But I love this 51 millimeter kind of, I don't know, ecosphere of, the reason why is because a lot of the step down baskets you've been seeing everyone rave about, oh man, I gotta clean this thing, really are the depth of this basket. So, I like kind of watching some of the, I don't know, I don't want to say espresso fads, but people sometimes get on that kind of train of like what's popular. And guys, I'm guilty of that too. I am shiny ball guy. You throw some cool espresso stuff for me, I'm gonna be like, where do I get that? I want to get it. So I'm not dissing that in any way, shape, or form. I actually been thinking of buying a step down basket for my 58. But basically, that type of depth can be easily achievable in a 51 millimeter just because of the way it's designed and it's already been kind of like that. So if you're looking to get a good shot like that and you want to not break the bank, the Hybrew H10B, like I was mentioning, is a great machine to go with. Casa Brews has done some 51 millimeters machines, and I want to say, I don't know if it's this, I got to watch his video. I haven't watched it yet, but Tom's Coffee Corner, I think, just reviewed one. But they do have some really good 51 millimeter machines. I have a Gevi sitting right next to me. I don't want to grab it because I don't have the space, but I have a Gevi 51 millimeter that was very affordable. Guys, it's one of the #1 sellers on Amazon right now for a good bargain. So if you're looking for it, I think I've seen it go for about $100, 120, $100. So that's another really good one. And you could definitely achieve shots like that off a basket like this, because that's basically kind of what it's doing. It's when those step downs are kind of, oh, here I am grabbing a hot portafilter when I have a cold one right next to me too. I have a cold one. Okay, so basically what the step down is doing, it's allowing something similar diameter to this to fit into a 58 millimeter. That's basically what it's doing. It takes it down to 41. You can use a 41 tamper. This is a 41 tamper right here. And this is not a match because this is designed for 51. But that's basically the gist of it. It's using this 41 millimeter tamper into a basket that's stepped down, to really just make a really cool shot because of the depth. And it allows you to go with more of a coarser grind. And, the theory behind that is, it's getting that exposure to the water more. You're able to get these different body and depth to it. And guys, I don't think they're wrong. I think it's pretty, I've made a lot of shots on this right here. My ECP, I picked up for $40. My DeLonghi ECP right here. I picked this up for $40 on Facebook Marketplace. I've shared this story before, guys. So I worked in a cafe for like 20 years. 20 years ago. Listen to me, I'm stumbling over my words. Like 20 years ago in college. And I really got the coffee bug. And for years and years and years, I told myself I really needed a good Italian machine. I wanted a super jolly. I wanted get something like a La Marcosa or something like that at home, and I just sat on my hands, and I really didn't pull the trigger. And I was kind of, and to be honest, guys, I was kind of scared because I didn't want to spend that type of money. I have a hard time spending money on myself. That sounds weird, but it's true. I can spend money on my wife, my son, no problem. But me, I will think about something. I will watch every review video before I pull the trigger. And finally, my wife was like, dude, what are you doing? Just go get something. So I thought, how can I get something guilt-free? And that's silly. I feel it's kind of silly to talk about. But I went to Facebook Marketplace and I picked up my DeLonghi ECP for $40. Now that sells on Amazon for about $200, and it's worth it. You can get it for like $150 sometimes, but for $40, guys, it like blew my mind the espresso I was able to make off of that. And I was able to use those 4-shot baskets and buy gear that was super affordable. I went to AliExpress, I went to Amazon. I just started going down the rabbit hole. And guys, that's when I started my YouTube channel that you guys are watching right now, because I just kind of wanted to document and connect with y'all. And that's, I mean, not to get too deep, but that's why I do this, guys. It's just cool to be able to hang out with other espresso geeks and get some advice. And I like, the other big benefit is every now and then, certain brands or brands will reach out to me and say, hey, do you want to review this? And I say, cool. I'm a big geek. Please send it. So if you guys see the title of this video, one of the way I titled it was my future budget espresso stuff. So if you're just joining me now midstream, I am going to be getting a new grinder. This new grinder is basically kind of a competitor to the Shandor 64mm flat burr grinder, this one right here. That's been the really big popular one you've been seeing on social media. Everyone and their brother, including me, was talking about it. I first heard about it about 2 or 3 months ago on Han's channel. And if you're not subscribed to Han and you're watching this right now, please go subscribe to Han, because he's the coffee master. He's like the Jedi master of coffee. I love Han's channel. I watch him. He goes live probably almost every day. I have learned so much from him over this last 2 years or so. So if you're not already watching him or Tom's Coffee Corner or folks like Coffee Kev or Lance, or gosh, there's so many, Brew at Home. There's just so many cool folks out there that have coffee channels. Guys, please go do it. But they have all kind of talked about this. And the one that I'm getting is an all metal construction build. So this one's plastic. It's an all metal construction build, and it comes with a dosing hopper with it. I had to spend about $20-30 for this one. The one I recommend the most is called an Atom for the Eureka, and that's usually about anywhere from $30 to $50. And it has a metal bottom. So yeah, I love that fact that this new one, it's kind of like a different version of this. And guys, I've looked on YouTube. I don't think anyone has a review video on it. So I'm pretty stoked, because I think I'm one of the first people to get it. Ooh, that's so hot. Goodness gracious, almost burnt myself there. But yeah, guys, I'm super stoked. This is going to be really cool. I'm also going to be getting today a hand grinder with a ghost edge. So a ghost edged hand grinder that is going to be really cool. And then I have a new tamper coming that is done by Timor. So new tamper by Timor. So getting some cool new gear. So definitely, I think there's some good stuff ahead, guys, for sure. So definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to get back to work. I've been hanging with y'all for about an hour. Guys, if you have any questions, let me know below. And always feel free to follow me on Instagram and DM me. I love that. I love seeing your gear. I love seeing your setup and the pictures you share. So definitely really cool. You guys have a great rest of your week. It's Tuesday. Enjoy the week. All right. Thanks so much.